Hey, Laiatu, congratulations on getting picked. Just did were you expecting the Colts? What was it like going through this draft with all the offensive players going?
We are?
Yeah, what's crazy is I wasn't even
Can you hear?
expecting the Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay. No, I wasn't even expecting to get picked up by the Colts, honestly. I didn't talk to them my whole pre-draft and then
Can anybody
that
hear? Can't get on.
oh, they
Can't
can't
get
hear?
on. I can't hear. Oh, sorry. Sorry. We can hear you.
Okay. No, but yeah, there's someone else. No, but I didn't talk to them at all in the pre-draft and then that phone call came up from Indianapolis and I'm just like, dang, my agent just told me, don't worry about the next couple of picks. And then I get the call and I'm a Colt.
We'll go to James Boyd.
You can sit back if you want to.
Okay.
You can relax. They can hear you.
Some
Uh,
of them can't
we'll
hear.
go to. All right, we'll go to back to Joel.
So you said you didn't talk to him at all in the draft process, not even like at the combine, even like a short interview or whatever.
I talked with them at the combine just a little bit, but I think it was a informal.
We'll go to Jake Arthur.
Hey, Laiatu. So down in Mobile, I talked to you and you had mentioned it was a goal of yours to be the first edge rusher off the board. You were the first defender off the board in a pretty unprecedented draft. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it means the world to me, and I just can't wait to get in the building and just prove that.
We'll go to Kevin Bowen.
Hey, Laiatu, how would you describe yourself as a pass rusher for those that haven't seen you play?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm someone that can be comfortable in any uncomfortable situation. That's how I look at pass rush. And I got a bunch of moves in my repertoire. I mean, I have three main moves, but I make sure that I dial down with a lot of moves because, you never know what's going to come out of you come game time. I mean, that muscle memory is just going to kick in. And when you feel that uncomfortable feeling, your comfortability is going to take over. That's me as a pass rusher.
And then were you primarily a defensive end, hand on the ground, 4-3?
Well, so that's the thing is, there would be times I would be like that, the 3 point, then I'd be a 2 point, then sometimes I get thrown in the shade, and then there's times I have to be the dropper, so I was doing, a lot.
Stephen Holder.
Hey there. Hey, congrats. Can you just kind of give us like the nutshell version, this your journey the last few years? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, obviously I'm talking about, the injury situation, but then on
Yeah.
top of that, I imagine you have been drilled and checked and examined backwards and forwards. What was that process like
Yeah, I
coming
mean,
into the draft, the combine, I should say?
yeah. I mean, just being told that, you never be able to play football again. And that whole time really just grinding just to prove all those people that told me I wouldn't be able to play football again, that I can do it again. And I know myself, I trust in myself and I trust in the Lord. And I know that, he got a plan for me. But I mean, throughout this whole time period, um, it's just a bunch of poking and prodding at the medicals and stuff like that. And I mean, a lot of teams knew my character and stuff like that. But I mean, the medicals, they just had to make sure they checked off. But other than that, I wasn't, poked around too much. I had a really good pre-draft experience.
Hey James, can you are you good? Can you ask one? All right, we'll go back to Joel.
Uh, Laiatu, you had just for detail purposes, you had neck fusion surgery.
Cervical,
That's what
yeah.
it was.
Hmm.
And w without a better way to ask this, why wouldn't Washington clear you to play again?
Well, it was at that time it was COVID and it was just a funky time and the doctor, I mean, just wasn't handled like in the right way. I didn't have any physical examinations with any doctor at that time. So really it was just an opinion of somebody's that without even, looking at my physical, without giving me, a test and stuff like that. So I mean, I feel like they were just doing what, they felt best, but at the same time, I feel like it wasn't really handled in the best way.
Two more, Jake and then Raven.
Yeah, so Coach Eddie, he's got like the entire Colts defensive line right now. You're getting another one.
Yeah.
How much has he talked to you about the guys that are already in this building? Like, what do you have any expectations of working with those guys?
Well, shoot, I'm gonna be looking up to Kwity Paye a lot. I've been able to train with him with Coach Eddie and just learn a lot from him and take after him. And then yesterday I had asked about his vitamin supplement plan, so he put me on that. And so I just can't wait to get in the building. I look up to a lot of those dudes, and you know I want to show them what I can do as well.
Raven?
And then again, congratulations, Laiatu. So kind of going back to that connection with Kwity, did y'all ever talk about the possibility of playing with one another? Or does this come as a bit of a shock? And then kind of as a follow-up to that, like reaching out to him, are there any things you want to talk to him about in terms of adjusting to the pro game from college?
Yeah, so it was a shock, really. I mean, we didn't talk about it too much. We would just be training together and talking about, pass rush and how to critique our game. But I mean, it was a shock for sure. I wasn't, it's crazy. And then just being able to know that, he's over there and I know him and just the comfortability, it's a big piece for me. And being able to pick up, little tips and tendencies from him and, how the program works and how everything, goes. I think that's a real big upside to me.